you just saw was a parade in 2019 in Hong Kong for the Chinese New Year. And that long puppet that many people were carrying is a Chinese dragon. Now, this next project is going to have to do with Chinese dragons. Chinese dragons are a mythical creature. A myth is something, a story that doesn't really exist but was used a long time ago, thousands of years ago, to explain why things in the natural world happened. All sorts of civilizations all over the world use myths to explain things like why it rains or why the sun comes up because they didn't know. And I'm going to show you a myth right now about why four rivers in China exist. And it has to do with the dragons.
Long ago, before there were rivers or lakes on earth, there was only the Eastern Sea. And there lived four dragons. The great long dragon, the mighty black dragon, the bold yellow dragon, and the beautiful pearl dragon. They lived in peace and happiness in their domain. One day, the dragons looked down on the village below and saw that the people there were starving. They had no rainwater to grow their crops, and so therefore no livelihood to earn. A frail old woman, with an even frailer child, got down on her knees and prayed to the gods to send rain so they could feed their children and save their land. The yellow dragon then cried out, "Look how poor these people are." The other dragons agreed. "They will die if rain does not arrive soon," said the long dragon. They journeyed once more to the skies above, to the palace of the Jade Emperor. The Jade Emperor was in charge of all affairs on earth. When the dragons burst into his palace, the Jade Emperor was not best pleased, for they were meant to be where they belonged, behaving themselves. The long dragon then made their plea. "Your Majesty, the crops on earth are dying, and the people are withering and starving. You must send rain quickly, or they will surely die." The Emperor, however, was not interested in these pleas, so he made a false promise to the dragons. "If you return to where you came from, I shall indeed send rain to the village tomorrow and help your people." The dragons obliged this and returned to their home. 10 days passed, and the people suffered even more. The dragons looked saddened, as the Jade Emperor only cared about his own pleasure and not about the well-being of his own people. The long dragon looked to the sea below and came up with an idea. "We can scoop up the water from our ocean and spray it to the skies above the village. It will pour down and save them." The black dragon then added, "But we must accept that we will be blamed if the Jade Emperor learns of this." The yellow dragon then proclaimed, "But I will do anything to save these people." The other dragons agreed. With the dragon's plan in motion, the clouds began to darken and it began to rain across the village. And so the village was saved. Enraged, the Emperor sent his guards to arrest the four dragons. The Emperor decided to rob the dragons of their freedom, and so he imprisoned them under 4 mountains. However, the dragons did not regret their decision, and so transformed themselves into the 4 main rivers of China, flowing from the mountains to the sea. The people of China lived long and prosperous lives, and still do to this day.
Chinese dragons are a little bit different than some of the dragons you might think of with knights and kings and stuff. Chinese dragons generally helped people, and most of the stories with Chinese dragons show them helping. Now, we're going to do a project that has to do with Chinese dragons. Everybody's going to make your own dragon. And in that dragon picture you're making, you're going to use texture and overlap. Now, if you don't know what those two things mean, you will by the end of this lesson. I really hope you like this project because it is one of my favorites. I love drawing these dragons. You'll see me draw a dragon inside this lesson. And I can't wait to see yours. Bye, everybody.